We make decisions every day, but once in a while, we make a decision that changes our life forever. For me, that happened 1 year ago during Easter when I made a decision to become a Christian. This Easter, I am here to tell you my story. Since young, I didn't think much about life and purpose. I was pretty much going with the flow. In JC, when my friends were driven and competitive, I just went with it. I spent my time studying and trying to outperform my peers. As the captain of my school's badminton team, I was self-absorbed and task-oriented. Every training needed 100% attendance, 100% commitment, and 100% effort. Any less and I would scold them in front of the entire team. Sometimes my teammates couldn't take it and got very overwhelmed. The honest truth was, I didn't care about how people felt. I only cared about achieving the most and being the best. I carried this same mentality as I enlisted into the army. Then, one day, I was sitting in my army camp alone and thinking, where is my life going? What do I want to do in the future? I racked my brains and all I could think of was get good grades, have a good job, earn lots of money, buy a big house, and have a happy family. That was it. Even when I secured a place in my dream course, NUS Computer Engineering, I still felt so lost and unclear about where my life was headed. Deep down, I wondered, was this really all to life? That was when I met Kehan in NS. I was just going through the motions, doing guard duty, complaining, counting down to ORD. But Kehan was different. He was always helping people and so cheerful. One day, he did something that shocked everyone. He shouted, "From today onwards, I'm going to stop speaking vulgarities." I was like, what? That's impossible, especially in NS. But he really did it. Later on, I found out that he is a Christian from Heart of God Church. I was curious if church had a part to play in his change. So, last year, when he invited me to watch Easter online service with him, I agreed. I tuned in to service and joined a Zoom call with his church friends. And I was like, whoa, they were all as joyful as Kehan and they had this X factor that I didn't know what it was. I couldn't explain why I was so comfortable with them. I was smiling non-stop. During the service, Pastor Leah preached a sermon. A house is not a home. Then, she shared a quote that caught my attention. Christianity is a relationship, not a religion. My curiosity grew. I couldn't deny the peace that filled my heart. One day, as I talked to Kithan and another friend Jaren, they asked me if I wanted this relationship with God. All my logical barriers came up. Why should I become a Christian? Why should I believe in a God I cannot see? I really wanted to know Jesus actually, but I kept thinking, why should I? Then, Jaren asked me a simple question. He asked, Ikai, why not? I had no reply to him. I realized there was really nothing stopping me from believing in God. The barriers in my mind started to go down and faith began to arise. It hit me. Maybe having a relationship with God was not a matter of my mind, but a matter of my heart. My heart was set. During our online services, there is always a response button that appears at the end of service. That day, I was waiting and waiting for the button to appear. My heart was bursting. The moment came and I finally clicked yes to a relationship with Jesus. From that moment, a curiosity to know God burned in my heart. Then, one day, we were worshipping in church to the song Good Grace. God spoke straight to my heart through the lyrics. I was tearing because I was so moved. I'm just a tiny part of this world, a normal 22-year-old guy who could be so selfish on the inside. I was far from perfect. How could a God who created the universe love me so much and so unconditionally? After experiencing God's love, I just felt I couldn't stay self-absorbed anymore. I had to share this love with others. That included my family. I used to be so cold to them. When I was studying, my mom came in to check on me, but I completely ignored her. Now, I wanted to change. One night, my mom looked more tired than usual. When I asked her about it, she started sharing about what was troubling her. For the first time in years, I found out what was on her heart. Recently, she commented that I changed a lot after coming to church, and even watched an online service with me. Once, as I was praying, God placed an image in my heart. In it, I was walking in the middle of a thick fog. It was blurry and I was directionless. And all of a sudden, I saw a bright light in the midst of the fog. I didn't know what it meant. Then, God spoke to me that He is the light. That moment, I felt peace and certainty that God would be my guiding light every step of the way. I had an assurance. I may not know what my future holds, but I know who holds my future. Today, my purpose is being revealed to me bit by bit as I walk with Jesus. I got excited as I started to serve in the IT ministry in church. Now, the skills I learned in school are not just for my own achievements or portfolio. I actually get to code for the exact platform that led me to encounter God. As I do, I know that someone just like me, who was lost and purposeless, will have a chance to click yes to a fulfilling relationship with Jesus. Right now, I'm still growing in this relationship with God. Thinking about it, there's one thing I've come to realize. Knowing God is not complicated. It is as simple as taking that small step of faith. It is as simple as opening our hearts to Him. 1 year ago, I made a decision that changed my life forever. This Easter, you can make that decision too. Don't miss this opportunity to begin your relationship with Jesus.